Kimberly Myers with Keller Experience Realty here, and we have another episode of Tour of the Town, and I'm with Jennifer Riley and her sweet dog Sadie, and she is the owner and creator of Western Shores Candle Company, right?
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've lived in Murray for about almost 20 years.
Okay.
Except I went to college here before that. So, but Roy and I've been here for about 20 years. We raised our kids here, and we just love Murray, and we love the lake, and just love the community.
It sucks you back in when you leave, doesn't it?
It does. I always said that if we ever left, where we grew up, that I would love to come to Murray.
So
we're only 20 miles away, but
where did you grow up?
Well, we grew up in Marshall County.
Oh,
so
okay.
He was in Benton, I was in Gilbertsville. So
Gotcha. So not too far, but So tell us a little bit about your company, Western Shores Candle Company.
Well, I started Western Shores Candle Company back when my son was getting married.
Okay.
My daughter-in-law, Kendra, wanted to have candles as a wedding favor, and I thought, I don't want to pay for those. I think I can make those.
Yeah.
So I started experimenting and making candles, and I made 100 candles for the wedding, and people loved them.
Yeah.
And they kept saying, you should sell these, you should sell these. And so I thought, well, maybe I can.
Yeah.
So that's where it all started, and just has kind of gone from there.
Gotcha. And you make them in your home, right?
I do.
Yes, we're in her home right now.
My husband loves the fact that I make them in my home. Yes, make them in my kitchen right over there.
Right.
And, so it's a mess all the time. If you come to my house, expect candle wax.
Oh my gosh. How did you come up with the name Western Shores Candle Company?
So I live in Western Shores subdivision.
Makes sense. Yep.
And so it just seemed easy to me. I love the lake. We love the lake. That's who we are as lake people. But I didn't want to call it Kentucky Lake.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted it to be a little bit different. So I thought, well, Western Shores Candle Company sounds, rolls off the tongue.
Right.
So that's where the name came from.
So you do candles like in all sorts of vessels, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like people can bring you their family china heirlooms, and you can make a candle out of it, or correct?
Yes. So I started out just doing jar candles.
Okay.
But I thought, well, how can I make myself unique?
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, it was my daughter-in-law, Kendra, who said that she had seen on Etsy and other places where people were getting vintage glassware and pouring candles into the vintage glassware. So I just thought they were beautiful, and I love to go, I call it junking. I love to go junking. And so, and she loves to go with me, and my daughter too. So it's honestly been a good kind of bonding activity for me with my girls.
Yeah.
And so it kind of supports my habit.
Nice.
I don't need anything else from the junk stores, but I love to go. So
awesome.
So started doing that and did a lot of research. I had to learn a lot about which vessels were, not going to break when they get hot and all that sort of thing. So so I've learned a lot.
Awesome. So where can people find you? Where can they find your candles? Where do they find you?
So locally, I've got candles at 5 Psalms Company on 4th Street. Kelly Gardner Steele is my friend. And
love her.
And and she reached out to me and said, why don't you put them in the shop? And so that was great. It was a win-win. And so I have them. I also have an Etsy store.
Okay.
It's called Western Shores Candles. It wouldn't let me do Western Shores Candle Company,
Gotcha.
But anyway, so it's Western Shores Candles, but it's got my logo, it's got my picture, so people can recognize that. And then if you see something on there or on Facebook, I've got, a Facebook and an Instagram page, and so people can direct message me and just say, hey, you know, I'm local, I don't want to pay shipping,
Right.
can we meet up or whatever? Yes, and I'm fine with that. I don't
Yeah.
want local people to feel like they have to pay for, it's dumb for me to ship something to Murray.
Right. Because shipping
So,
is expensive.
yes, I don't want to, you know, it took me a long time to decide to do shipping because I was nervous about them breaking or melting.
Yeah, makes
And
sense.
so last summer, one of my best friend's daughter lives on the Gulf Coast in Mississippi, and so I asked her if I could ship her a candle. And so again, I had done some research
Right.
on how to do it and everything, and so I shipped her a candle on like the hottest day of the summer on the coast.
Right.
And it got there just fine.
Nice.
It wasn't melted,
Okay.
so
Like,
so
I
I've
can do
kind
this.
of gone, yeah, I've kind of gone into this in phases. So yeah, and one of the other things though I have to say that inspired me was my candles are non-toxic.
Okay.
So I use at first I used like all soy wax, and now I use a soy wax blend. It's actually apricot, coconut, and soy wax.
That's why they smell so good.
And yeah, and so again, I just, you know, found one that was still toxin free but would burn longer and that sort of thing. But as a cancer survivor, it was important to me. I love candles.
Right.
And so it was important to me to figure out how to do candles that burn cleanly.
Yeah.
And so, so yeah, I use all natural fragrance oils. Some of them are infused with essential oils. Some of them aren't. It just depends. And you know, the soy wax is all natural, made in the USA, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So yeah, the clean burn was important to me too. So,
what is your favorite scent? I didn't prep you for that question.
I really like the Kentucky bourbon butterscotch.
That's the one. You gave me
Yes.
a candle at a meeting, and I passed it on. Not that I didn't love it, but I passed it on to Jessie, who's behind the camera right now, just because I wanted to give her something. And we were both like, "This smells amazing." So yes, that is a great one.
And so my candles have a good scent throw, because so you measure out exactly how much fragrance oil that the wax can handle, and a lot of people don't put in the max amount because the oil is what is expensive.
Right.
But I put the max amount in.
Okay.
So that way they smell stronger.
Yeah.
And some people will say, "Oh my gosh, you know, you can smell it and it's not even lit."
Yeah.
so yeah, so that's another
Nice.
unique thing I think about my candles. The smell is nice and strong and lasts.
Right.
So
Nice.
yeah, probably my biggest seller is the lavender cucumber sage.
Oh, that's.
And that sounds like a really weird combination.
Sounds very
But
spa.
yes, that's what I was going for.
Gotcha.
And I'm not a huge lavender fan, but I love that one. And that's what Kendra chose for me to make for the wedding. And so that's the scent that kind of launched it. Yeah.
Awesome. So we ask everybody, what is your favorite thing about Murray?
Well, as a Murray State alumni, I have to say, go Racers.
Yes.
Yes. And my favorite thing really about Murray is just the people, the community. I love the way the people in Murray love each other. You know that I've done a lot of nonprofit work.
Yes.
And rarely does anybody ever say no.
Right.
You know, if you go to somebody and say, we have a need, we have this portion of the population that needs help, people step up.
Yeah.
We take care of our own.
Yeah.
And I really love that about Murray.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, you heard it from her. Jennifer Riley here, owner of Western Shores Candle Company. Check her out, Facebook, Etsy, and 5 Psalms, or message us. We'll get you in touch with her. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Bye.